Assalamualaikum, very good day to all. I am Dr. Afifah and I will be presenting the study on participants' perception of UniKL Learn a Language program. To start off, I would like to introduce myself very briefly. I am the latest addition to the Center for Student Development, or in short CSD. I have been working at CSD for about 14 months. I am the coordinator for General Studies Unit under the Students Experience section. General Studies Unit basically overseeing activities and syllabus for English and foreign language courses. The agenda for today's presentation is shown in the screen. I will be covering introduction, research methodology, results and discussion, and finally conclusion. Speaking of perception, it is best for us to understand the definition of the word perception. According to Oxford Languages, perception is the ability to see, hear, or become aware of something through the senses. Perceptions can be influenced by three major factors. The first one is perceiver, which include experience, attitude, motive, and expectation, followed by the second major factor, situation, that covers time, work setting, and social setting, and lastly, the third major factor is the target, which covers motion, sound, background, similarity, and etc. A lot of studies have been conducted to understand the student and teacher's perception in different settings. This includes online teaching and learning sessions, technology and readiness, and on-course effectiveness. However, there's a gap identified in the knowledge for online teaching and learning sessions, especially for foreign language courses. The objective of the study is to analyze the perception of UniKL Learn a Language participants regarding the sessions that they have attended in this program. The data for the study was collected through a simple survey adapting the Likert scale and Net Promoter Score. The survey was created using Microsoft Form and the link for the form was emailed to all. The sample for the study is the participants that have attended any of the sessions offered. Even if they attended multiple sessions, the form was set so that each participant can only respond once. The study hoped to collect valuable data to measure several key areas. The first one is the comfortability of the session and platform use. The second one is the support that the participants have received during the program, especially from the organizer and speakers. And lastly, the third one is to understand the perception regarding the program. Next, I would like to give a little bit of background of UniKL Learn a Language program. UniKL Learn a Language is a program that the General Studies Unit has organized this year. The program was held twice. The first one occurred in January 2021 and the second part was in April 2021. The first part offered three foreign languages, Korean, Spanish, and French. The second part offered another three foreign languages, Arabic, Mandarin, and Japanese. All the sessions were conducted through Microsoft Teams and cross-posted to Facebook UniKL page. The sessions were offered in the first part were run for an hour each, while an hour and a half were allocated for session in the second part. Originally, this program aims to promote UniKL programs through online classes, to collect data from the potential new students, and to allow foreign language lecturers to hone their online teaching and learning skills. The outcome of the program, a part of the high number of attendance, are that the first one, we managed to collect the data on UniKL students who are interested to enroll in foreign language courses than the ones offered at their campuses. Second, we managed to obtain data on the demands for paid language classes. And lastly, we managed to promote UniKL programs, especially those with unique selling points. In total, we have 3,899 registered interests, with total attendance for both sessions was 3,130 participants. The first graph shows the number of registered interests and attendance for each session offered. Highest registered interest and attendance were recorded for Korean session, where we have 1,064 registered interests with only 876 participants attending the session. Graph 2 shows the breakdown of UniKL participants and non-UniKL participants for each session. The highest UniKL participants were recorded attending Japanese sessions. This may cause by the Japanese is not under FLCC, thus, all the activities are exclusively conducted at the UniKL MFI level only. The highest number of non-UniKL participants was recorded for Korean session. This was expected, as from the inquiries received, the general public are mostly interested to Korean language, largely due to influence of K-pop. Previously, I've shown that we have 3,899 registered interests, with total attendance for both sessions was 3,130 participants. The total attendance was inclusive of participants that attends multiple sessions offered. The survey was emailed to approximately 1,974 participants through the email that they provided during the registration process. Only 281 responses were received, with 78% was from female participants and the balance was obtained from male participants. The donut shows the fraction of responses received for each of the sessions offered. The largest fraction was from Korean session with 25.4%, while the lowest response was received from Arabic at 9.3%. This is in agreement with the previous graph. This graph shows the education profiles of respondents. The graph is self-explanatory except for the non-applicable category. This category refers to others' education profiles such as ACCA. The highest percentage was received from university students undergoing degree programs, while the lowest percentage was from primary schools. During the session, the youngest participant that we had was a student from Standard 4 Primary School, while the oldest participant is about 55 years old. The first part of the survey question was to understand the comfortability of the session and platforms used based on the respondent perspective. This question was formatted following the Net Promoter Score, or known as NPS. NPS is a metric commonly used in customer experience program. It is basically a measure from a scale of 1 to 10, where a higher score is always desirable. The response can be divided into three subcategories. The first subcategory is promoter, where the respondent provide the rating of 9 to 10. The second subcategory is passive, where the respondent provide the rating of 7 or 8. The last subcategory is detractors, where the respondent provide a rating of 6 or lower. From the graph, we can see several important key points. The first one, the respondents that are happy with the platform are equally distributed between promoters, passive, and detractors scale. Majority of the respondents do not experience problems while using this platform, and around 30% of the respondents provide lower score when rating their experience when using this program. Lastly, almost 40% of the respondents answered that it is easy to join the session using FB Live. For UniKL Learn a Language, all participants were attending the sessions through FB Live. We believe this is the best platform due to its massive coverage with the general public. To understand better, we asked the participants the kind of platforms that are commonly used by them. The donut shows contradicting data from our belief, where Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and Zoom constitutes the most common online teaching and learning platform used. Some feedback we receive on this data are they prefer platforms that allows two ways of communication during the session, and most of the younger generation today opt to not have Facebook account. The second part of the survey was where we asked the participants whether they have received sufficient support during the program. Out of 281 respondents, only 5% have contacted the organizer for any inquiries, while 88% are unsure of this. Out of these results, 41% answered that they have received an appropriate response, and 47% answered that their response was received in a timely manner. 66% agrees that they are able to receive their e-cert in a timely manner, while 12% disagree with this statement. We believe this is due to some issues regarding the wrong email address provided. The third part of the survey is to understand the participants' perception of the program. 7 questions were asked in this section as shown in the slide. All the questions received more than 40% promoter scale, meaning the majority of the respondents had given a rating of 9 to 10 for these questions. The highest promoter scales was for question 4. I hope for more sessions like this in the future. 80% of the respondents had given a rating of 9 to 10 for these questions. The lowest promoter scores was for question 6. The class atmosphere was exciting during the session. Around 40% of respondents gave a rating of 9 to 10 for the questions. The survey also asked the participants to choose the best word to describe the program. There are 9 words that were offered and they need to choose only one. The results can be seen in the so-called word cloud. The larger the word is, the higher the frequency of the words, meaning more participants chose this word to describe the program. Previously, I've shown that question 6, the class atmosphere was exciting during the session, have received 40% of promoter scale. The reason for this result is that most of the respondents chose educational as the best word to describe the sessions. The second and third word that chose as the best to describe the sessions are worthy and exciting. The last question in the survey is the most typical question in any survey, which is to provide any feedback to improve the sessions for the future. Fortunately, we have received massive positive response from the respondents as can be seen in the second word cloud shown. The most frequent feedback received were terbaik, great, well, loved it, good, exciting and well organized. Some very interesting feedback is that they believe this program is very educational and is massively beneficial for their personal growth. Some feedback of improvement that we have received includes to use platforms that allow 2 ways of communication, to make it in series and not a one-off session, to the session based on various level of content, meaning we have basic classes, intermediate classes, and professional classes, to have the sessions during the weekend so that we can have more participants, and lastly, to conduct paid classes. To conclude, majority of the respondents are comfortable with the session and platform use. They prefer immediate and appropriate response from the organizer. They also provide positive feedback on their perception of the program. And lastly, they believe that this program is very educational and is very beneficial for their personal growth. Few references that I have used for this study are shown in this slide for your easy reference. I am grateful for all the supports that I have received when I was conducting this study. Much appreciation to all UniKL Learn a Language participants and those who have taken part in this study. I would like to thank you to my department, Center for Student Development, and finally, thank you to my family and also my cats, Gebu, Gemok, Gendut, Mama, Kakak, and Henchkem. Lastly, for any inquiries and feedback regarding this study, you may scan this QR code, or you can always reach me at the email address or my mobile phone as provided in the slide. That's all from me. I hope that you have enjoyed the presentation. I hope to see you all soon. Stay safe and goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.